Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Alexis, and if you are new, welcome. I just want y'all to get used to me recording in my vehicle because I'm just not really able to record in my room right now, and really just until I get my own place. So I'm gonna be recording a lot in my vehicle. I just wanted to get into this unpopular opinion video because I always be watching unpopular opinion videos, and I be having my own unpopular opinion. So let's get into it. Please do not forget to subscribe. I need more subscribers. My views and my subscribe numbers is not matching. I needed to match up. Yes, so don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching more than 1 or 2 of my videos, if you're constantly coming to my channel and you're not subscribed, why are you not subscribed? My first unpopular opinion is having kids is more serious than getting married. I know there's some people out there that don't think that. Some people think marriage is just a piece of paper. It's not that serious, you know. And a lot of the times it's a lot of people that we know that just have kids and that's never been married, you know. So a lot of people just look at like just having kids like it's just normal, when it's not just normal. Like, the woman body goes through a lot. Nothing literally affects the man's body when there's being life created. Literally nothing. You know, he don't go through no type of changes, you know. And for me, having kids is more serious than marriage, because you can get out of a marriage, but kids, that's for life. And even when you are gone, those are still your kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when people look back on generations, like, you're still connected to your kids, you're still connected to your kid's father. It's just a lifetime thing, you know. For me, you know, the things that women go through, you know, at the end of the day, yes, a woman getting pregnant and creating life, it's a beautiful thing. Of course, it's a beautiful thing. But at the end of the day, let's be real. It can be a lot for some women, you know, and some women, they didn't have easy pregnancies. Some women damn near almost died, and some women have died from birthing kids. And I'm gonna just be real. Majority of men do not deserve a gift like that, because as a woman, giving a man a baby is the greatest gift that you can give him ever on life. You giving him a gift that only women can give him. A lot of these men don't be deserving babies. You know, they really don't. They don't even be doing even the bare minimum to deserve a baby. And it's just ridiculous at how many girls, even my age, that have 5+ kids, not married to the baby daddy, and just, you know, it's just crazy. And then, you know, at the end of the day, you could say a kid don't stop you from living your life, but they actually do. They actually do. Like, they actually do. Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? You could say until the kids start going to school, but that's like preschool. You know what I'm saying? So you have to wait until the kid get at least like 4. You know what I'm saying? Once the kid get 4, you can enter them in preschool, and then that way you can have more hours throughout the day to go back to school if you want to, go to work if you want to, you know, be able to start your life a certain type of way, you know, while your kid is at school. But imagine if you got a kid that's 4 and that's in preschool, and then you got another one that's like under 1. So it's just like, you got that one that's under 1, you can't go back to school, you can't go back to work, you can't trying to start your life over and make it something. If you got you know what I'm saying, that other kid, now you got to find a babysitter, now you got to pay for a babysitter, daycare costs too much, you know. And a lot of these guys that have kids out here, they leave the woman as a single mother, you know, and it just makes it harder. It makes it 10 times harder, you know. It just really does. Kids really do hold you back, you know. And even just me being an auntie and having a nephew that's 4 and then a niece that just turned 2, like, when I be having them, especially by myself, it be a lot for me, you know. It really be a lot. And like, when I be having them and when they get a little bit too much for me and I find myself stressing, I just be like, it's nap time, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not finna do all that hollering and screaming, and I'm not finna just be whooping just because they're a little bit sleepy. So just go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? I only just really whoop kids unless they like really being bad, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, go take a nap. Because yeah, go take a nap. And it's just so stressful, you know what I'm saying? Already being a woman that goes through emotions, and then you get stuck with a kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. It just is what it is, you know. And I love kids, you know, I love kids. I want to have a lot of kids one day, but when I do it, I'm gonna do it. But at least to where I know that if I get left behind by whoever I have a kid with, I'm gonna be okay. Financially, I'm gonna have a home that I already own. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a job that I'm already working at while I'm at home. Like, I'm gonna set myself up so that I'm gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad because it seems like nowadays when you have kids with someone, you don't even want to do it until you know that you can be okay, that if that person leaves you, that you will be okay with this kid, because you'll be able to make enough income to pay for daycare, you know what I'm saying, handle the things that you need to handle. You already got a roof over your head, you know what I'm saying, so you don't have to stress about these things when somebody leave you after having a kid. You know, when you get married, you make an honest woman out of that woman. You know, a lot of these men don't want to make honest women out of their women. They just want to have women and they just want to breed them, and then they want to just go off and be with somebody else and start a whole new life with somebody else and leave you behind with the kid. Like, it's just crazy, you know. And it's just, I honestly feel like I can go on and on and on and give so many reasons as to why I think kids are way more important than marriage. Like, man, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And like, I had always told myself, even as a kid, that I was not having no kids unless I was married. And I didn't even know like why I thought like that, but I just always thought like that, even as a kid, y'all. You know, maybe I looked around me and I saw a lot of people having babies and it wasn't married, and it just wasn't a more secure foundation, and maybe even just a secure foundation, not just for the whole family, but at least for that mom, you know, because a lot of these women be having kids with these guys and they don't be in no type of financial security. A lot of them don't be having no jobs. Some of them do already have jobs and they end up getting pregnant, but a lot of them don't even be having no jobs. So then they get kids, and then their man is the only one that's working, and you know what I'm saying, y'all just boyfriend and girlfriend. Where is the security in that, you know? And then it's like, your man could drop dead tomorrow. Y'all got 2 kids, y'all live in an apartment, y'all don't own anything. So then what you gonna do? Not married, you can't get anything that he has. Them possessions go straight to, I don't know, someone else. It won't go to you. You know what I'm saying? And the kid's gonna be too young to even get it. So it's just like, it's just no security, you know? And a real man, a real man understand the importance of making you a wife first before making you a mother. I'm just being real, you know? Even my husband understood that. He understood the importance of a marriage and creating that foundation first, because he was just like, I don't see the point of shacking up and playing house. He was like, a man knows when he wants to marry you or if he want to play with you or not. And when he said that, I was like, thank you, God, you know, thank you, God. And I think this was even before we had met for the first time. My husband, well, my boyfriend, he was my boyfriend at the time, but he said that to me before I even met him for the first time in person. He said this to me. So I'm just like, a real man knows the importance of a marriage before just having kids, and having kids with numerous of women and just going around, you know what I'm saying, creating broken homes. Like, it's just no point. It doesn't help the community. It doesn't help your kids growing up. Like, it don't help, you know. It don't help. It don't help. It don't. I can go on and on and on, but I'm not, you know, because we're going to be here, you know, we don't got that much time. But I think that it is very more important having kids than getting married, you know. And ironically, like this year in 2024, so many people have been getting married. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I feel like before 2024, this is gonna be the last thing, y'all. Before 2024, there wasn't a lot of people getting married. Like, it was people getting married, and I don't really say a lot of people that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people that I know is getting married this year, has gotten married, including me. You know what I'm saying? And I even know even a couple more of my cousins who's finna get married, and they're planning their wedding and stuff like that. So it's great to see it, you know, because I was telling my cousin who just got married, I was like, yeah, because it seemed like it was going to baby showers. People was always celebrating baby showers as if it was a wedding. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, this is not a wedding. This is a baby shower. Like, y'all celebrating having babies when y'all need to be getting married. Like, get married. If y'all having a baby, get married. I don't see why wait. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? I've known women who have been with men for almost 10 years, got a baby with them, living life as if they're married already. And like almost every year, every couple of years, she'd be like, oh, it's about to be another year. It's about to be another year. Still no ring, still no ring. And it's just like, yeah, you know, I don't care what woman you are. At the end of the day, you want to be married. You want to be married, especially if you got kids. And even if you not with your child's father, you want to be married. Because what's the point of just living life and just, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But I ain't gonna go no more. But that's just my opinion. My second unpopular opinion is Hispanic people are not black. Because a lot of people be, you know, saying like, oh, black and brown stick together, stick together. Yes, which I do agree with that. Black and brown stick together. Y'all have to understand that Hispanics people are not black. They're just not. You know what I'm saying? And the only Hispanics that I even consider even close enough to being black is Dominicans. And that's because for myself, physically, I was able to like see a lot of Dominicans. And I'm like, wow, like this girl looks black until they start talking. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And like being with my husband, like in the beginning stages, like he was giving me information on Dominicans and their ancestors and like just how it was and how they used to be slaves, you know? And it's like, for me to find out that besides African American people, like Dominicans were slaves too, like I'm like, yeah, I have black roots, you know? So it's just like when you see a Hispanic person and they're like so fair skinned, light skin, long curly hair, or even just long straight hair, they have a lot more Caucasian in their blood. They have a lot more European in their blood. But then when you see the Hispanics that is darker and have coarser hair, you know, they have more African American roots. Like there's some black people black in their blood, you know what I'm saying? And I know for some people they're like, oh, black is not a race, da, da, da. Y'all know what I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. And that's what I've found out too, like, because I will always wonder why there was a difference. So it's like, you know, you hear the Afro Latina stuff like that. Those Afro Latinas, they have a lot of black African American in their roots. You know what I'm saying? In their roots. But it still was a mix of the Dominican, you know? And it's like Dominican people come from an island and, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go too deep back into it, you know, because I know only a little bit, not too much. And I don't want to misinform y'all. But Dominicans used to be slaves too, like African American. And those are the only ones that I consider almost black, but they're still not black. You know what I'm saying? Because I would look at my husband sometimes and he would look like an African American man, but then when you hear him talk, you like, you know, he not. But then sometimes I would look at him and I'll be like, yeah, he's not African American, because the way his hair is, like his hair is naturally black, you know? So it's like when I would look at his hair, it got a certain like shine to it that African American men don't have. They have coarse, you know what I'm saying? It look coarse and it look dry, you know? It don't look shiny and sleek like a Dominican hair, you know, texture would. And it's just his features and, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So Hispanics are not black. And I say that too because a lot of them be saying the N-word, you know? And I even had to check my husband, even though he was my boyfriend at the time. I had to check him, you know, and I don't even really like to use that word as me being African American. And, you know, okay, we got rights to say it, but I don't even feel like we should say it because it's a very derogatory and just horrible meaning, you know. And if you ever hear me say that N-word, it's because somebody truly is the definition of that. Like, because you know how there's African American people and like you have the ones that's a Oreo, you know how some African American people are Oreos, where they white on the inside but black on the outside. You know, they talk very white, which is just proper. That's all it is. They talk proper, but we consider it like, some people like, oh yeah, you an Oreo because you talk white, and no, they just talk proper, you know. And then how you have some African Americans who are just the N-words, like they ain't nothing, they ain't gonna never be nothing, they never gonna go nowhere, their minds are stuck, They won't evolve. You know what I'm saying? Those are the definitions of an. They degrade women. They go out here, sleep with many women. They go out here and they do lean, they do drugs, they pop pills, they out at the clubs, they, you know what I'm saying, just grimy people. Like, those are N-words, you know what I'm saying? And then you have just the other African Americans that, you know what I'm saying, are more, how can I say, more spiritual, more into nature, healed, a whole lot more healed, and who understand, you know what I'm saying, a lot more things than a closed-minded N-word would, you know. Hispanics are not black at the end of the day. Yes, some of them have African-American roots because they used to be slaves, Dominicans, but all Hispanics, they're not black. They're not, you know, they're not. So when you see one that's very fair, light skin, very white, you know, yellow looking, long hair, straight, they have a lot of European in their blood, period. European, and then we got that Dominican in it. And then the ones you see that are darker, coarser hair, Afro-Latina, they have a lot of black African-American roots, but they're still not black. So my third unpopular opinion is, I do not think that your kids or your teenagers should be paying you rent or paying any bills. Because at the end of the day, you are the parent. You are the one that chose to have your kid. You could have had an abortion. For two, especially for the people who got like even over 2 kids, like, why you expect all 5 of your teenager kids to be paying rent? Now, I could see if you could take a certain amount of money from them and like literally put it away so that by the time they get ready to move out, then they'll have enough money. By the time you give them that money, they'll have enough money to get a car. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the people in the black community, the parents, they be wanting their kids to struggle how they struggle. And I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I feel like you should want your kid to go farther than you, get a better start than you. So for me, for instance, when I have kids, like, I'm just going to start saving them money, putting their own, making their own type of bank account or piggy bank or something like that. So that by the time they make it to 18, if they want to move out or whatever the case may be, you know, or even if they're still at home at 18, it's like, okay, at least you can have a car. You can go buy you a car with this money, and then you can go get you a good job or go to college or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to teach my kids how to save their money, how to manage their money. I think it's wrong, period, to make your kids pay rent, to make your teenagers pay rent. I don't think they have to. Now, even if your kids are staying with you and they're like a young adult, right? Maybe then I could see, you know what I'm saying? Maybe then I can see if you talk to them and they pretty much is just like, yeah, I don't know what I want to do with life, doing life. I don't really know where I want to go. But if you got a young adult kid that know that they want to get a place, know that they want to save up for a car, know that they want to just create a stable life, why would you mess with that and charge them rent in the midst of them trying to save for a car, save for a place, and just get financially set to where they don't have to be here with you? You know what I'm saying? You got a young adult that's staying with you and they just ain't really a decent person and they just got a job, then I can see you charging them rent because they just, you know what I'm saying, you know they ain't gonna be able to really make it out here for real. You know they're not gonna be able to manage their money. They probably spend their money on bullshit, you know what I'm saying, anyways, and they're not really trying to make themselves something, you know what I'm saying, make a decent living and make a stable foundation for themselves, you know. But I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to charge your kids or your teenagers rent. When it comes to young adults, some young adults I think you should charge, but not all, you know, because yeah, you should be about making your kids have a better start than what you had. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about making your kids struggle the way you struggle. At least for me, a little bit. My kids will have to know some struggle because they have to know that, like, yeah, you really have to work at this to actually have this. But I'm gonna go about it in a very different way, you know. And I know I probably keep scratching my nose, but that's just because I have allergies, and then I have like something dermatitis skin. So like I have to put this cream like on my basically my entire face, and like sometimes my nose or my skin in certain areas it get very itchy, and then because sometimes it get very itchy and I'm scratching it, then sometimes it'll get red and sometimes it'll get irritated. Next unpopular opinion is, why do people have a problem with black women dating outside their race? Because we see all the time black men date outside their race and nobody criticizes them. No one says anything. And if anything, when they dating outside their race, while they do it, they bash African American women. You know, they'll be out here dating other women, other races of women, and be bashing us. And like, yeah, that's why I'm with Miranda, or that's why I'm with Becky, because black women don't do that. And it's just like, shut up. If you want to date these women, date these women. You don't have to bash black women and tell us what we do and what we don't be doing, because all of us black women is not the same. Me, as an African American woman, I cater to my man as my king if he is a king. You hear me? If he is a king, and if he is a real masculine man. Because when I used to date African American men, when I used to date some men, they used to bring out my masculine. So if you a man and I'm dating you and you bring out my masculine, you're not the man for me. You're not gonna get those certain types of accolades or whatever it is that you want me to treat you. You're not gonna get that king treatment, because you're not my king for real. You know what I'm saying? You feminine around me. So yeah, because then when black women be dating outside their race, they just be happy. When you see them, they just be happy, period. They be happy. They be growing up. They be better financially. They be getting in shape. You know what I'm saying? And even if they ain't getting in shape, they man just love them for the way that they are. They man just love that black queen for how she is and how she hold that man down and got his back, you know, point blank, period. And you don't hear black women bashing black men and saying, oh, y'all don't do this, y'all don't do that, because if we really want to get into it, we could do that too. And it'll be on such a huge global wide scale, because there is so many single black mothers, and I'm speaking on that because this is my community. I don't want to speak on other communities. I'm speaking on mine. So you know what I'm saying? If we single mothers just started dating outside their race, bashing black men on what they don't do and what this race of men do, y'all would feel so hurt. Y'all really would. I really feel like, and I feel like it will really be a war. Y'all think it's a war now with men and women, or will it be a war then? For real, you know? I just don't understand why black men be dating outside their race and they be bashing black women while they do it. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, sir, if you don't like your skin, if you don't like your race, just say that. Just say that. Just say that. Just say that. Just say you don't like black women. Just say that. They keep it pushing. Next unpopular opinion is, ladies, if a dude is flying you out, if a man is flying you out, you know you gotta give that coochie up. You know you gotta give it up. Why you acting slow? You know? Like, it's just mind-boggling to me, because I even had this conversation with my mom. Like, why do girls think that if they get flued out, they don't have to give it up? We all know exchanging things, transactional. We all know what that means, right? Right. So it's like, this is an unspoken like thing. It's like very aware. Like, I don't care. You could even be low vibrational, but it's very clear and it's very straightforward that if a man flies you out, you have to give it up. There is no way around it. You have to give it up. And if you don't give it up, he leaving you there and he canceling your flight to go back home. Point blank in the period. You know what's up. That's why you should always have your own money, ladies. You know? Because that way, if a man try and fly you out and you just like, no, I'll book my own flight. You get there and really at that point he probably won't even want to see you no more, because then he can't get it, because you paying for your own flight and everything. So then it's that next unspoken rule that, like, yeah, she ain't obligated to give it to me now if she booking her own flight. And it's just crazy because I see it so much on the Shade Room, just all over the internet. Like, girls are being flew out and the guy is like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta give it up or whatever. Like, these girls are getting flued out a lot. And they like, no, I'm not giving it up. Or they like, oh, I'm on my period. They trying to get past it. When it's just like, you already knew what was up. You already knew. Why you acting dumb? Why you playing dumb? You an adult, right? Okay. It's just common sense. And even I don't like it when a man is entitled or arrogant or anything like that. But at the end of the day, if a guy was like, Alexis, I'm gonna fly you out, I already know what the deal is, and I'm not gonna accept that flight if I don't want to give it up, like point blank in a period. Even I'm not a fool for that. Just like, I don't understand why women be acting so dumb when they get flued out and the guy want to receive what he's supposed to receive, and they trying to dodge it. You know what I'm saying? When it's just like, you already knew. You accepted that flight. You already knew what was going on. Like why you acting slow down? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just crazy to me, And it's just like, a man, when he fly you out, he got the right to be entitled to what's in between your legs, because you accepted that flight. You knew what that meant. Like, come on now. But a guy that is taking you out to eat though and paying for your meal, no. He's not entitled. He's not entitled to receive anything from you, point blank in the period. Now that's a different thing, Now if he's paying for more than 5 dates, then maybe he's entitled. But even then, because it's just like, after the first date and we get a second date, it's kind of like I think the girl should pay, the second time. If the guy paid for the first date, y'all go on the second date, the girl should pay for the second time, you know what I'm saying? And then by the third time, y'all should really know, like, if y'all really like each other. And then it'll just be a thing where, like, the guy's like, no, I got it, you know what I'm saying? If y'all really, really like each other, between accepting a flight and the guy is entitled to basically have, have intimacy with you, then when a guy is paying for the first time dinner date, he ain't getting nothing, you know what I'm saying? So that is a difference, I will say that. So maybe that could be included in my unpopular opinion too, because yeah, I don't think a guy who's paying for the first date deserves any type of intimacy. You don't deserve none of that, you know what I'm saying? You could get a hug, maybe even a kiss on the cheek if I really like you, but you ain't getting nothing. You ain't. Nope. Last but not least, y'all, this is my last unpopular opinion, and I have been thinking about this because this honestly really is like in my everyday life. Like, this is in my real life situations. Unpopular opinion: I don't think that when you break up with someone that they have to break up with your family. I know some people is like, no, you break up with me, you break up with my family, or I break up with you, hanging around, ain't no but I just feel like it depends. It strongly depends on certain situations and the people involved, because prime example, y'all, I was a teenager, y'all. I had to be 16, maybe even 17, but I think 16. My brother brought this girl over, and she was really cool. She vibed with our family, like literally our whole entire immediate family. She vibed with everyone. She would talk to everyone when she would come over. She would never just be in my brother's face or sitting on his lap and not really talking to nobody. She would engage in conversations with everyone. You know what I'm saying? She had a very great friendly personality, and you know what I'm saying, she's just very cool. Never had no problems with her. She was never rude, you know what I'm saying? She just always spoke to everyone, which I feel like you should. The person that you with should have a certain level of respect for your family, because this is where you come from, you know? And if you love me, you love my family too. You know what I'm saying? You want to get to know my family too, you know? It was always like that. And then they broke up before, you know, my brother went to prison. But she was still around, you know what I'm saying? She was still around. She was still calling people. She, you know what I'm saying, I think even still came to some of our family events while my brother was away in prison. And it's just like, you know, she even came with us one time to go and visit my brother while he was in prison. And, you know, he had told me like, yeah, they broke up, you know what I'm saying, because basically when he went away, that they broke up, like she broke up with him. And basically to him, it's not holding him down. When, you know what I'm saying, some black men who go to prison, if they with their baby mama or whatever girl they with, they feel like, oh, you gotta hold me down, you supposed to hold me down. But at the end of the day, did you get innocently accused for this crime, or did you do this crime? You know what I'm saying? Because that's a huge difference. Because if you did that crime on purpose, and if you've been doing multiple crimes on purpose, did you think you were untouchable to the law? You know what I'm saying? Did you think you were never going to get caught? And then when you get caught, you think that your woman is supposed to put her life on hold for you, when there's better men out here that'll marry her and treat her right, and not be out here living a life of crime, and actually be a mature man with common sense and actually trying to create a business, and, you know what I'm saying, just be on his stuff, you know? Don't no girl want to be just waiting around for a loser that's in prison that decided to create his own problems, you know? But my thing was, I don't care, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to still continue to talk to her, hang out with her, have fun with her, because too, you're my sibling, and I don't really mess with you on account of you got problems with me that I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how you could have a sibling that literally totaled your car, and they already been irresponsible their whole entire life, and you know you should have never made that mistake. That was a huge mistake on mine. You know, that was 50 on me. The other half, that was on him, you know, because he just always been so irresponsible. Wrecks my car. I lose my job after that. I get kicked out after that, and been homeless ever since, you know? And it's just like, I felt like he had no remorse. I felt like he really wasn't sincere, because then when, you know, we had that president, before this president in office, everybody was getting money, and he was getting money too. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. He could have gave me a stack to get a whole new car. Be like, here, sis, I know I wrecked your car. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Didn't even get that, you know? But I get a lot of attitude and a lot of just, rah, rah, I don't like you, but can't even tell me why you don't like me. So I don't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? You somebody I don't associate with, and I don't even claim you, period. I'm an only child. So because of that too, I'm going to continue to hang out with this person, because she's not a bad person. She's a person that always had a conscious mind. You know what I'm saying? This girl, she wanted to be a lawyer. She did go to college. You know what I'm saying? She's not in college no more, but that girl doing very well for herself. You know what I'm saying? She done moved to a whole nother state, got a home, got a car, working a good job. She's making she has a great stability for herself. You know what I'm saying? And this other person is still just all over the fucking place. You know what I'm saying? And damn near probably about to go back. You know what I'm saying? And I still don't mess with this person. And this person still got animosity towards me that I still don't know what it is. But at the end of the day, how you gonna be upset at your older sister for being responsible? It just makes no sense. So it's like, I'm in that situation. So yes, I'm going to keep conversating with this person, because with you, you're never going to get invited to my birthday parties. You're never going to be around for my most precious moments. And when I get my own place, you're never going to know my address. You're never going to be invited to anything that I do, anything that's involved with me. And then if I tell our mother or tell our other immediate family members that I don't want to be around you, and they know why, you're somebody that's out of my life, basically. So I'm going to keep hanging out with this person, because this person is in my life. This person shows up for me better than you. So yes, I'm gonna keep hanging out with this person that broke up with you because you made a stupid mistake. Now, it's one thing if she did something to you, if she cheated on my brother, or if she was foul to my brother, you know, then of course I wouldn't hang out with her still after they broke up. But that's not the case. My brother is the shitty person. She's not, you know. And my mom even still talks to her. When my grandma see her, she talks to her. My uncle, when he sees her, he talks to her. We all love that girl, you know what I'm saying? And we consider her as family, you know? And she shows up for me all the time for my birthday. Like, y'all. And I love it when people show up for my birthday because it really means something to me, right? It really, really does. I've been in another situation too. But this second situation, though, I'm letting go. Like my cousin. You know, me and him always been cool. Me and him never had no problems. And he toxic, but he definitely got some issues, you know what I'm saying, that he need to work on. He toxic, and I'm gonna say he got some situations and stuff that he need to work on. And, you know, he dealing with this girl that's pretty much been around our family for like years, a decade, you know. And they have broke up. Even while she was still coming around our family, and like it would seem like they would be together, but they're like, no, we still not together. It's a karmic tie that they've been in and still in, you know, where y'all still staying tied to each other when y'all don't have nothing to tie yourselves to each other with, you know, or for. Y'all don't have kids, y'all don't have no house in y'all names, y'all don't have cars in y'all names, y'all don't have business in y'all names, y'all have nothing to attach each other and stay in contact. But because y'all toxic, that's why, you know, y'all in a soul tie that y'all can't cut, you know. So it's kind of that thing. And it's like with her, she reminds me a lot of my old best friend. And like it's crazy because they both is Leo. She's a Leo too. And I'm just like, I see a lot of my old best friend in you, where you center men and you don't know yourself without having a man by you. And when you don't have a man by you, you don't know how to navigate through life. You don't know how to even be like, I'm finna go work a job. I'm finna get on my shit. I'm not finna be sitting around here. You know what I'm saying? Sad and depressed and shit like that. I'm about to get on my shit. I'm finna take care of myself. I'm finna love myself. They don't know how to operate. And that's how my old best friend was too. Like she didn't know what to do in life unless she had a man by her side. And it's not good to center men. You need to decenter men, especially when you realize when they're not in your life. You don't know how to operate life. You don't even know how to truly love yourself for real, you know. I went and took her to some hotels and stuff because she got history in housekeeping, and they had broke up, you know. She had just kicked him out of her apartment, everything. She said she had to call the police and everything, and to get him just escorted. She was like, I didn't want them to take him to jail. I was like, I just called him and told him, can you please just help him move his stuff? I want him gone, you know. I had went over there, spent the night and everything. I bought her some wine, and you know, I really wasn't even trying to drink like that, so I had just bought her that double XL. She had it by herself, you know. And I just feel like, you know, yeah. But we tried to have a girls' night, but like he kept calling her phone, like literally non-stop. I'm like, oh yeah, y'all on some toxic shit, like literally some really bad toxic shit. And like it's giving fatal attraction. If y'all know fatal attraction, like that's the highest of toxic level relationship that it can get when it turns into fatal attraction. You know, somebody is going to die, or somebody, and then somebody else is gonna go to prison for the rest of their life. Like that's what it's giving. So, you know, pretty much the whole time while I was at her house, we was trying to have a girls' night, and he just kept calling. And then sometimes she would answer and just give him basically what he want. And I'm just like, girl, you have to ignore a narcissist. You can't give them a reaction, because that's literally what they want. They feed off of your reaction. So when you give them a reaction, you feeding them. You're their supply. I was like, you have to stop being his supply. I'm telling her this. I tell her when she wrong. Even she'll admit it. She was like, you tell me when I'm wrong. And I'm like, yeah, because you really need to leave him alone. And you need to love yourself. And you need to lift yourself up, you know. You need to get you a job. You need to get you a car. Get you a better place, because you keep saying you want a better place. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop focusing on guys, you know. Decenter men, you know what I'm saying? Become celibate. Like, stop having sex, you know. That was something that I had to do, something I tried to have my best friend do, because it's a really good thing when you do that. You able to actually focus on your life and actually get somewhere, rather than just still sleeping around people, you know what I'm saying, still centering men and stuff like that, and not really evolving and stuff like that. Like, you're gonna stay in the same predicament, you know what I'm saying? I thought she wanted that advice. I thought she was gonna take that advice, because even some of the stuff that she was saying, you know what I'm saying, she was like, yeah, you know, I really need to focus on this and I need to focus on that. So then it's just like, that next day, you know what I'm saying, I was coming back to her house, but I had came back to where I was staying to get some more clothes so I could stay and stuff like that. And when I went back, my cousin was there, and she was like, he came over so we could talk. And she was like, and she was supposed to take a nap, and she couldn't even take a nap because they was basically talking in circles. She was like, he kept talking in circles and we didn't get nowhere, and so by the time I got there, you know, it was just this very like just heated situation. You know, my cousin wasn't directly talking to me, but he was talking to her, and just like, she gotta go. He like, why she here? He like, y'all not finna be best friends, and And in my mind, I'm just like, how you got this man in your place telling you what you can and can't do, and who you can and can't have over here? Y'all not even together. He don't pay your bills. You know what I'm saying? And like, he's a Taurus, and I'm just like, see, that's that low vibrational Taurus shit, where they think they own you and they own your life and they control you when they don't. You know what I'm saying? And I told her that, like, he think he had control over you, and he think he can dictate your life and stuff like that, and you let him by allowing these things, because really he wouldn't have never even got in my house. He would have just been outside my house. We would have been talking outside my house. And when I was done with the conversation, I just would have went back in the house. I was this man in your house telling you all of this stuff and ruling everything, you know? So then, you know, I had just went in the room because I was just like trying to smoke and just trying to be peaceful and stuff like that, you know, in her room to smoke and stuff like that, because I was just trying to be chill, you know, like I was trying to get the music playing and us girl talk, having our girl night, because we couldn't even enjoy our girl night because he kept calling literally the whole entire night. So, and like, I couldn't even like have full conversations with her. We couldn't even really enjoy the music for real because he just kept calling and kept interrupting. Like, it was crazy. So now I'm like, here we go, trying to have a second girls night, and he literally in here trying to basically tell me to go, but like, he not telling me that I have to go, he telling her that I have to go, you know, because like I said, me and my cousin don't have no problems, but obviously he don't want her to even talk to me while they broken up, you know, and she had just kicked him out. And my whole thing is, you know, she ended up going to the store with him, leaving the place to go get some cigarettes. And I ended up texting her like, do you want me to just go then? Because I'm just like, why would you leave with him? You know? And I'm like, if that's the case, I could have bought you, you know what I'm saying, a couple of blacks or something like that. But that's not the point, you know? She wanted to deal with him, you know? When you in toxic situations and you don't know that you need to cut this person off, you still feed that situation, you know? And I can't completely fault her because I used to be there. I used to deal with toxic relationships and toxic situationships and toxic stuff, you know? I used to deal with that. And a few years ago, I cut that shit off. I stopped that, you know, really more than a few years ago. You know, I stopped dealing with toxic situations like even before the pandemic, you know, I stopped dealing with toxic situations. I was like, I'm not doing that no more, you know. It's just not good. It don't get you nowhere, you know. I had texted her like, do you want me to just go? And she was just like, pretty much you can if you want to. She was like, you don't have to. And then she was like, my bad. She was like, then now he's stopping somewhere else that he ain't tell me he had to go. So I'm just like, yeah. So girl, you know what I'm saying? You're not aware that you need to not be dealing with him. You should have never left with him in the first place, you know. So I had just left, y'all, and I was pissed because I had to carry all these bags and stuff up her stairs. Now I gotta carry them down, put them back in the car. Then I just went to my mom's house because she was literally right there. I didn't want to waste no gas driving anywhere else. I just didn't even want to go nowhere else. I just wanted to chill. It was already nighttime, you know. So I had to carry all them bags, and that shit really pissed me off. You know, a few weeks later and stuff like that, I haven't been at her house. And it's just like, at this point, Sweetie's Day just passed. She was with him. Because I was going to go over her house, but she was like, you might not want to come over because he over. And I'm just like, I had just texted her back like, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Because basically he been in her house. And my whole thing is girl, you might as well should just let him stay at your house. You know, like, it just don't make any sense. And that's the toxic shit. That's why you don't get in the middle of toxic people relationships, because all they're going to do is just take each other back. until they actually get done. But some people don't ever be done with each other. They deal with toxic situationships all their lives, you know? So that's a situation right there where I was like, all right, yeah, I think I might just not even talk to her no more. I might not hang with her no more, because now you just being dumb. You know what I'm saying? Now you being dumb when you know you aware of certain shit that you shouldn't even continue to, but yet you do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it's giving my old best friend vibes. And that's why I had to cut her off, my old best friend off too, because she was being dumb. And I don't want to be associated with any type of females who center men and feel like they don't know what to do if they don't got no man, and who deal with toxic situationships and deal with men just treating them any old kind of way, and dealing with women who don't love themselves. I don't want to associate myself with any kind of woman like that, period, because I'm not like that. I don't tolerate shit like that. I love myself. Okay, I know when shit ain't right for me, and I know when shit is, you know, right for me and wrong for me, period. And if you a woman that don't know it, you don't need to be in my company, period. So that's a situation that I'm thinking about definitely just cutting, you know. But I'm like, damn, I actually enjoy like going over to her place and enjoying a couple of drinks and having somewhere to smoke in the house, and, you know, just chill and have girl talk, and, you know what I'm saying. But I'm just like, at this point, I gotta cut her off, you know, because she being dumb. And, you know what I'm saying, that's a situation where it's like, you know, my cousin anyways don't want me to hang around her. He don't, because he like, you break up with me, you break up with my family. He don't even want, you know what I'm saying, us really conversing and stuff like that. So I don't even think I'm going to, you know, I don't really think I'm gonna talk to her no more. But my brother, his ex, I'm gonna continue to talk to her, period, point blank in the period. I don't care. It's because of the dynamic and the situation that me and him is in. If I was close with my brother, no, of course I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. But I'm not close with my brother. I technically am an only child. And it's just like, moving forward, this man will never be in my life. He'll never be around me. He won't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's okay to still be in contact with your cousins or your siblings or just anybody that you know, their significant other that they not with no more. I think it's okay in some situations, you know. In some situations it's not okay, you know. I just feel like it's mainly okay if that person was in the wrong. That person that's related to you in whatever way, if they was in the wrong, you can still hang out with that person. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to keep it a secret, keep it a secret. But if they end up finding out, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't care. I just wouldn't care. I would not care. And me personally, he know it, because I ain't gonna say I was keeping it a secret, but I made sure that whenever I knew that he was gonna be at my mom's house and she come over with me, I made sure that he wasn't gonna be there. But there was an incident where I did not know he was gonna be there, and he popped up. But like, we all went in the car and we all smoked together, and it just wasn't a problem. But I know that he was like, he felt awkward because she was there. But I'm just like, damn, I didn't even know he was coming, you know. But now I just make it to where, like, I just go out and I go see her, you know what I'm saying? Or she just come meet up with me completely away from my mom's house, because I can't control who pops up at my mom's house. So it's just like, yeah, you know. And like, I'll never have it to where like I have my niece and nephew and she's coming around and hanging around with me while I got my niece and nephew. Like, that'll never happen either, you know what I'm saying? I even plan on going to go visit her where she stay, you know, in the next few months. So yeah, I don't care, you know. I think it's okay with certain situations. Certain situations, no, it's not. And then I'll even give y'all another example too, because like my ex from when I was a teenager too, he had broke up with me. You know, he broke up with me our senior year, going into high school, our senior year. He broke up with me, and pretty much he broke up with me because he wanted to date the girl that pretty much he had met at the same time he met me. So I guess he wanted to, between me and her, he wanted to date me and deal with me and become my boyfriend. And I guess after that summer, you know what I'm saying, things were going, I guess, his way. So senior year, he wanted to date that girl, you know. He didn't want to be with me no more, you know. And he was a Gemini and I'm a Pisces. So if y'all know anything about Geminis and Pisces and the whole astrology, we're incompatible. You know what I'm saying? We're not meant to be together. We're not meant to be in a relationship. And, you know, I think I think with Geminis and Pisces, the only way we really truly connected was just intimately, and that was it. You know, intimately and having a good conversation, that's really about it. Other than that, I didn't do it for him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it for him. And Geminis be very attracted to Pisces too. That's another thing. So like he was very attracted to me, and I think he just was attracted to like my sexual aura. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like real love. He wasn't really attracted to me for like my mind and, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. He was just attracted to my sexual parts and my sexual aura, and that was just really about it. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't a person for me anyways, you know. And you know, we broke up or whatever, and like, you know, he even wanted to still go to prom with me, and I was just like, I'm not gonna go to prom with you. We broken up, like that's dumb, you know. And then it was just like over the winter time, just before, it was around like, it had to be in November, almost December, because he popped up when it wasn't no snow, and like I was babysitting next door. He popped up out of nowhere, and I was just like, oh my gosh, he popped up at my door. And I'm just like, and this is after high school, you know what I'm saying? It's probably like a year after high school or something. I'm babysitting next door, and he pops up, and I'm just like, and he was like, you looking at me like you just seen a ghost. And I was like, I feel like that, because why you over here, you know? And pretty much I think that things didn't work out with that girl that he, you know what I'm saying, chose to break up with me for, that he met in the beginning when he met me too. Things didn't work out with them, because why you popping up at my place, you know what I'm saying? And he was just like, oh, okay, you know, you babysitting or whatever. He was like, I'll come back, you know, when can I come back? And by the time he came back, y'all, it was snow outside. So I'm at home, I'm in my room, my mom, you know what I'm saying, lets him in, my grandma's there, and like they knew him too. Like he was close to my family too. He was a Gemini too. That's why I'm just like, Geminis are very upbeat, lively people. They conversate with people, you know what I'm saying? They're not, I ain't gonna say they're not standoffish, because some of them can be, but yeah, he was very engaging with my family, even my grandma, my mom, everybody, you know, everybody knew him, everybody, hey, and he like, hey, you know. It was just like, you know, me and him was in the room, and like pretty much, you know, he wanted to lay his head on my leg, on my thigh, on my upper thigh. He wanted to lay his head down, and he was just like, do you mind if I lay my head right here? And I was just like, I do mind. And pretty much we finished the movie, and I guess he was trying to, you know, test my temperature too. Things didn't go right with that girl. So he was trying to test my temperature on how I was feeling about him, when pretty much I was still like, yeah, I ain't feeling you, because what you around here for? What you want? You know? And I guess he knew at that point that, yeah, you weren't about to get nothing from me. Nothing. Because you broke up with me for what? On our senior year, when we could have been boyfriend and girlfriend. We could have went to prom together. But when stuff ain't just meant to happen because you want to see if the grass is greener. You wanted to see if the grass was greener, and obviously it wasn't. So then pretty much after that, he was leaving, and you know, he rode his bike over, and my grandma was just like, she was like, hey, you know, are you coming back? And I was like, no, he not coming back. No. She like, oh, let me give you these gloves. Let me give you these gloves. It's cold outside. I'm like, grandma, no, he not coming back. Don't give him them gloves unless you don't want them back, because he's not coming back. And I'm literally saying it just like that. And then my mama, she looking at me because she know, like, she knew I was over him. Like, she knew I was not feeling him. And like, yeah. So, you know, I'm just like, yeah, me and him is not together, you know. And pretty much he was trying to test my temperature, and he thought the grass was greener on the other side, when obviously it wasn't. And it's just crazy at how, like, majority of people who have broke up with me, they end up always trying to come back some kind of way, because the grass was never greener on the other side, baby. So yeah, so that's the situation right there, where yeah, you got to break up with my family, because you pretty much broke up with me because you wanted to actually date the girl that you met when you first met me. And you know what I'm saying, you was my boyfriend over the summer, and you basically just wanted to experience me, and whatever I wasn't given, or whatever it was, you didn't want it no more, and you wanted to see about this other girl. You know what I'm saying? You dated her for however long, a year. It had to be a good year. You dated this girl, and it wasn't what you thought it was. So then you was trying to creep your way back But creep your way back by coming into my life and being intimate with me, that's not how you do it. That's crazy. Dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you broke up with me because you wanted to see the grass was greener on the other side. That's definitely somebody that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have to break up with that person. If I had my cousins, if my cousins were still talking to him, no, y'all have to break up with him, because he broke up with me because he thought the grass was greener on the other side with the girl that he met when he met me too. But he chose to date me and not date her. You know what I'm saying? So that means all while we were together, he basically still had her somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And once he broke up with me, he was able to have access to her and reach out to her and date her. You know, that's some sneaky shit, you know? But I'm just like, he's not right for me. You know what I'm saying? So you got to break up with him, you know? The whole situation with my brother, no, you were at fault, not the girl. You were at fault. So that don't mean that she got to cut cords with your family. It's just she won't be around when you around. And really with me, you never around me. So she can always be at my house and, you know what I'm saying, invited to stuff that I do, because you're never going to be invited. I don't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? You a shitty person. So yeah, situations like that is okay. But the situation that I had with my boyfriend, no, that's not okay. You know what I'm saying? And then the situation with my cousin and his girl, like, yeah, I'm gonna just let that go, because they in a tough situation and I can't take up for nobody, because y'all gonna always take each other back because they with each other right now, you know? So yes, y'all, that's my unpopular opinion video. And I definitely will have more videos like this, because I definitely have a lot more unpopular opinions. So if you have watched this from the beginning to the end, I hope you like it. I hope you have subscribed, and welcome to Planet Neptune. It's your girl Alexis, and I will see y'all later. Bye.